Hey guys, today on People Now.
It was two Italian Americans on the East Coast eating spaghetti together.
Bonding over meatballs. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper give us all the secrets behind their new movie that is Hollywood buzzing called A Star is Born.
K-pop group BTS delivers a touching speech at the United Nations.
Plus,
I look like Darth Vader.
Bull star Michael Weatherly gets real about his sleep apnea.
Royal watchers are buzzing over Meghan Markle's latest revelation about the newest season of Suits.
Plus, Scrabble fans get excited. The popular game has added new words to its official dictionary, and you're gonna love them.
It's all today on People Now. Hey, happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to People Now. Good to see you. We love our national days around here on the show. We got a fun one for you today. Guys, it is National One-Hit Wonder Day, everybody. Yeah.
It has us wondering, which one-hit wonder is your favorite? Is it the Macarena? Is it Mickey? Is it I'm Too Sexy? What about Who Let the Dogs Out? Yeah. A lot of excitement around here, so vote in our People poll.
Great job, guys.
You guys. Or tweet us your favorite one-hit wonder with the hashtag PeopleNow.
Oh, that was so good. I mean, the participation today, it's got me excited for the whole show. We're going to check in on your results a little later in the show, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today, starting with a very serious story. Triple murder suspect Chris Watts has unsuccessfully sought to keep his visitor log secret while behind bars. The judge in the case ruled against a motion from Watts' attorney, requesting that officials be barred from disclosing any information about visits to him in Colorado's Weld County Jail. Watts has been held there since his arrest last month in the slayings of his pregnant wife, Shanann, and their two young daughters, Bella and Celeste. All three were missing for several days before their bodies were found at an oil work site. Although the judge denied Watts' request, he did order visit logs be kept from prosecutors, instructing instead that the prosecution move to review the logs as necessary, with the defense being able to seek redactions. Other pretrial disputes include the defense arguing that the government should investigate reported leaks from sources with knowledge of the investigation, saying it is tainting the potential jury pool. The judge twice denied this request, saying it was beyond the scope of his legal authority. Now, Chris is charged with first-degree murder, among other crimes. Neither causes of death nor motives have been confirmed. Prosecutors have asked to keep the autopsies of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste from being made public, saying they provide critical evidence that should be held for the trial. Chris Watts is due to return to court in November. He has not yet entered a plea. Moving on now to other news, Holly Madison and Pasquale Rotella have decided to go their separate ways after almost 5 years of marriage. An insider tells People the pair split over the summer, and another source revealed that Madison is now based in Los Angeles and, quote, doing okay. A rep for Madison did not immediately respond to People's request for comment. The former Playboy model and Electric Daisy Carnival founder began dating in 2011 after Madison moved from the Playboy mansion to Las Vegas to pursue a career as a burlesque dancer. They tied the knot in October 2013 in an extravagant Disneyland ceremony, and they have two children together, daughter Rainbow Aurora and son Forrest Leonardo Antonio. All right, guys, on to some movie news here. The final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is here. Take a look.
The wizarding and non-wizarding worlds have been at peace for over a century. Grindelwald wants to see that peace destroyed.
You want me to hunt him down? To kill him? Dumbledore, why can't you go?
I cannot move against Grindelwald. It has to be you.
Ah, yes, getting us pumped up for this. Fantastic Beasts is a prequel to J.K. Rowling's wildly successful Harry Potter franchise. And the latest installment, The Crimes of Grindelwald, features Eddie Redmayne back as Newt Scamander and Jude Law as a young Albus Dumbledore, teaming up against bad guy Grindelwald, played by a perfectly evil Johnny Depp. He looks amazing in this. Grindelwald threatens to wreak havoc on the magic and non-magic worlds alike, promising in his sinister voice in the trailer that, quote, the moment has come to take our rightful place in the world where we wizards are free. Join me or die. It's very impassioned. Don't worry, guys. If there's one thing we have learned from Harry Potter, Dumbledore knows a thing or two about saving the day. And the trailer also introduces some new characters to the Fantastic Beasts universe, including Zoe Kravitz as the mysterious Lita Lestrange. Now, the sequel hits theaters November 21st. You can mark your calendars now. Get ready for that. You excited?
Yeah, very excited for that.
You can just dive so deep into those worlds.
I know.
It makes it super fun for some people.
For a lot of people.
All right, you've got more for us.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Treks at the LA premiere of this year's hottest movie. Everyone is talking about this, and all eyes were on Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born. Lady Gaga is dripping in jewels to complement her Givenchy gown. Cooper is looking very put together in a light blue three-piece suit. And Lady Gaga revealed to people that she really had to dig deep, all the way back to her childhood and some painful memories, to play what is shaping up to be an award-winning role.
My character in this film, she doesn't believe in herself at all. She's very jaded by the music industry, and she's given up on herself. So what I had to do was go back further into my childhood, into my high school years, when I was bullied and made fun of for having big dreams. That is where I went. But I think I went even further because I trusted Bradley so much.
I mean, it's amazing they were able to trust each other so much for this film. And Gaga also shared a really funny backstory about bonding with Bradley over leftover meatballs.
Oh yeah, we had it in the fridge, and when he came over, I was heating it up for him in a pan, and before I knew it, it was two Italian Americans from the East Coast eating spaghetti together, and it was an instant connection. He's a wonderful person, but as a filmmaker, he is just spectacular. And also as a songwriter and a singer, I mean, I couldn't believe the voice that came out of him and the musicianship. As I watched him become a musician making this film, it was an honor, really.
You know what, I'm still thinking about the meatballs. Can you imagine eating meatballs with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper? I don't know, dream come true. Also, it is interesting that everyone is now talking about Bradley's singing chops. I think a lot of people didn't even know he sang. So Bradley, we want to know, are we going to hear you sing on stage somewhere, anywhere? Let us know.
My shooting from the hip answer is no, just because, first of all, it's not me, it's that character. Right. And I don't even know how I would sing, because I really am singing through him, because he lowered his speaking voice. He was a complete character. Right. Maybe my voice would be really fluty, I have no idea. But that said, there was one song that I wrote called Too Far Gone that's in the cop bar that I had this idea of a verse and a bridge the other day, so I'm going to go in the studio and finish it. So maybe, I don't know. So I don't know what the answer is.
We'll take a maybe. It wasn't a hard no, so there's a glimmer of hope in there. Just say yes, Bradley. All right, moving on to this.
If there's anything that I've achieved, it was only possible that I have my other BTS members right by my side, and because of the love and the support that our ARMY fans all over the world made for us.
Moment from BTS's highly anticipated speech delivered at the United Nations on Monday in New York City. The 6-minute piece was given by band member Namjoon on BTS's behalf and gave a breakdown of their Love Yourself campaign in partnership with UNICEF. The campaign was launched last year and aims at ending violence towards children and teenagers. In the very touching speech, Namjoon urged fans across the world to love themselves and asked for one pretty heartfelt request. Take a look.
Tell me your story. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your conviction. No matter who you are, where you're from, your skin color, your gender identity, just speak yourself.
Oh, really moving stuff there. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Chrissy Teigen is opening up about closing the deal with her husband, John Legend, on their very first dates. Plus, we're breaking down the latest royal happenings with our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Stick around for that.
All right, everyone, to celebrate National One-Hit Wonder Day, we've been asking about your favorite one-hit wonders in our People poll. So let's take a look at our results. I'm very excited for this, actually.
Let's see the options here. Oh, Macarena.
Macarena.
Okay. Mickey, I'm Too Sexy, and Who Let the Dogs Out. Even though the guys had such a rousing, participation in Who Let the Dogs Out, it's number 3.
It's only number 3. Well, keep voting. So now we're moving on to this. So listen up, Scrabble fans. 300 new words were added to the official Scrabble dictionary, thanks to the 6th edition of the board game.
It's really a big day, guys.
It really is.
So the latest Scrabble game, it came out on Monday, includes 2- and 3-letter words like okay and ew, E-W, ew.
Yeah.
As well as some common words like bestie, frowny, and twerk.
Frowny is, I'm not sure about frowny. I've never used frowny. I've never even heard frowny, but there's like a committee that appoints, that says the words are okay to use and puts it in the dictionary, so I'm gonna trust them.
Frowny makes me think they had some kids on the council. I don't know, like the elementary school kids.
They also added zomboid, which means resembling zombies. So I'm learning a lot of new words.
Yeah, they have a dictionary that goes along with it. Twerk they define as to dance by shaking the buttocks while squatting.
Yeah.
It takes away from the pizzazz of it when you hear it.
300 new words. It's been 4 years since the last time new words were added, so they take the approval process very seriously.
So get out there, get the new Scrabble, and study up on the new words that are now acceptable. Okay, now we go on to this. Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. They really connected the first day they met in more ways than one. Check this out.
Did you and John close the deal the first night?
Yes.
You did?
Wow.
Where did you guys meet?
Bravo.
Where'd you meet?
On a video set for a stereo. Yeah, we were on a music video set all day together, and then I went to one of his shows, and then, yeah.
I've actually heard this story before, but I think every time she talks about it, people get very... It's an interesting thing. First day they met, they slept together, but then they actually kind of pulled back a little bit. Like, she kind of played hard to get for a bit.
Yeah, she talks about kind of not wanting to come on too strong, right? Like taking it easy, not making it too easy for him, not seeming too thirsty about the whole thing. And he was sort of the same way as it all played out as well.
I know. And then Andy, of course, on Watch What Happens Live, asked how freaky they got after he won his EGOT. And she actually said not freaky at all.
No.
They had in and out.
In and out's a thing to do. It's
relatable.
It's how they sort of express celebration for a big moment. That's their thing. And Cardi B, by the way, while we're at it, another juicy take on this. Cardi B rapped on her song She Bad that she wanted, get this, a threesome with Chrissy Teigen and Rihanna. Chrissy reacted and said, hey, if I were going to be a part of something like that, this is the group I would choose.
She also said that if that were to happen, she'd probably be in the corner watching.
Like the boring non-participant.
Yes. But you know what? That's why I love Chrissy Teigen, is you get all these little juicy tidbits.
All right. Should we talk about Bull?
Let's talk about
one of the biggest shows in the world. Fans were shocked when Bull, played by Michael Weatherly, of course, collapsed from a heart attack on the season 2 finale of the show.
And season 3 returned Monday night. But for Michael, the plot twist became an inspiration to get serious about his health in real life.
So it turns out he dropped nearly 30 pounds by working out 3 hours a day. Not a big deal with a trainer. He also worked on his diet. He ate a lot of different things, including a lot of fiber.
Yeah, and all those healthier choices actually helped him discover a potentially serious medical issue and get it under control.
So when I gained weight, I got up to like 250 pounds. I started snoring, sort of, it was inconvenient. So I spent a lot of time on the couch or in other rooms. I have sleep apnea, it turns out. So now I wear this wonderful machine when I sleep. Think about it. Think about it at home, everyone. I look like Darth Vader when the helmet comes off. That's my kids come in the morning and they're like, ah! It's not very attractive, but I get to sleep in bed and it just sounds like a white noise machine.
Hey, it gets the job done, you know? This new lease on life came at a perfect time for Michael. He turned 50 in July, and he says his perspective on life has changed quite a bit.
40 made me realize I had to get a lot done, and between 40 and 50, I got a lot done. I got married, had 2 kids, was part of an epically successful television program. Those things happen in this magnificent decade, and at 50, it became, oh, how much time do I have left? And now I see these things as really important. Relationships I have, they're very finite. You know, your children grow up and these times, our time together is gonna be very short. So gotta make the most of it, try and be as honest as you can, as present as you can, but don't suck all the fun out of it.
Yeah, it turns out living his best life, full life, and soaking up all the fun, was spending 3 weeks in Italy this summer, a big dream vacation.
Yeah, super casual. It was a little bit of a pilgrimage for Michael as well. Take a look.
Sardinia is the setting for part of The Spy Who Loved Me, which is one of my favorite James Bond movies from 1977 with Roger Moore. And we were right where they shot the movie, so I just geeked out on my James Bond thing the whole time. And my wife is not a James Bond person, so it caused a little tension in the marriage. Showing my 4-year-old James Bond also.
Yeah.
You know, we all feel like the system is too big to change.
We'll call you when we have a doctor available, okay, hon?
But we are the system, and we need to change. Let's be doctors again.
All right, guys, NBC's new medical drama, New Amsterdam, premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Looks really good. One of the stars, Prima Adjuvant, stopped by and told us what made working with leading man Ryan Eggold and the rest of the cast so special.
He's a dream come true, and I'm waiting for the mask to slip.
Like, I'm like back there, yeah.
Can this be real? For a lead man on a set to set a tone in the way that he is, it really has a ripple-out effect. And I think we've been very fortunate, is my understanding, because the producers are saying it's not so common to have a group of actors that have bonded this way. I mean, we have our group chat and we all hang out and we are incredibly respectful of each other. We've lucked out. I adore those 5 people. I adore Ryan. He is so intelligent. He's so thorough. He's so interested in the work, and then just such a nice guy. So, yeah, I feel really lucky because at first I was kind of like, do I want to do a medical drama? But the script was so fantastic. The caliber of the people behind it, the rest of the cast, it felt like a full package. And then to actually be enjoying it as well, I'm like, what?
Guys, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had a very active Monday, kicking the week off with some athletic drills for a good cause. And here to tell us all about it is our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. Of course, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's jump into this. Yesterday, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they stepped out for a good sporty cause. We have a little snippet of a speech that Harry made. Let's take a look.
Sport does not discriminate, but lack of support and barriers to access do, which is why the role of Coach Corps fostering this raw talent is absolutely vital.
All right, tell us what this was all about and how $1.3 million actually factored in here.
Yeah, Prince Harry and Meghan visited Loughborough University on Monday, some 100 miles north of London, where they met with honorees from Coach Corps, a program that trains young people to become coaches and encourages the next generation of athletes. They watched as British marathon runner Paula Radcliffe, tennis star Laura Robson and netball player Ebony Beckford-Chambers led 200 apprentices through a series of drills and mentoring. And they took part in a passing drill, which resulted in a sweet hug between the couple. Meghan left her sneakers at home for the day. Instead, she opted for heels and a blue-belted peplum top by Oscar de la Renta. She finished that off with black flared pants by Altozara. Coach Corps was launched to build on the legacy of the London Olympics in 2012 by the Royal Foundation, which is the main vehicle for Prince William, Prince Harry, Kate and Meghan's charity work. During the awards yesterday, Sport England announced nearly $1.3 million of lottery funding for the project.
Oh, really significant stuff. Now, while at the event, Meghan dropped a little bit of a confession about her old show Suits. Tell us about this.
Yes, Jeremy, the show must go on, but Meghan doesn't have to watch it. She admitted on Monday that she hasn't kept up with the series since she exited her role last season. Meghan chatted with a pair of identical twins, Luke and Elliot Rainbird, at the Coach Corps Awards. The brothers asked her whether she had seen the new season of Suits, which features Katherine Heigl stepping in as one of the leading roles in Meghan's absence. Meghan said no, before turning the conversation back to Coach Corps, the reason they all were there. Meghan had the support of several of her Suits co-stars at her royal wedding in May, and she has said herself she doesn't see leaving acting as giving anything up, just as a change and a new chapter.
To be fair, she is very busy, and perhaps she will find time to binge watch that season sometime later. We're going to put it out there. She'll probably do it, eventually. Not to be outdone, though, Prince Harry's big brother, Prince William, set off on a little adventure on Sunday evening. We got these great photos just before he boarded the plane. Remind everyone where he's off to and the mission that he's working on there.
Yes, he's on a private working week-long trip to Namibia, Tanzania and Kenya. It's being made in his capacity of United for Wildlife president and Tusk patron ahead of the 2018 Illegal Wildlife Trade Conference in London. While in the region, Prince William will also undertake a small number of official engagements at the request of Her Majesty's government. William is starting the trip in Namibia, where he and Vice President Nango Lomamba sat down on Monday to discuss anti-poaching efforts. William also gifted the Vice President with a photograph of the Queen taken on her visit to the country back in 1991.
Oh, really interesting little keepsake there. Very cool stuff. Now, you can stay on People.com for all the latest on William's big trip. Before you go, Imogen, cute kid alert. Here we go. We can't let this royal record pass by without talking about William and Kate's kiddos. Prince George, Princess Charlotte stole the show at a wedding over the weekend. Give us the details. Whose wedding was it, and what roles did they play?
They were page boy and bridesmaid at the wedding of one of Kate's closest friends, Sophie Carter, to Robert Snuggs. A source told People, quote, "George is a real star, quite the little chap. He was having a great time running around like the leader of the pack." Future King. Charlotte and George were outfitted by one of Kate's favourite children's wear designers, Amaya. Mum Kate wore a striking blue coat dress by Catherine Walker & Co. and a matching floral headpiece by milliner Juliette Botterill. It was a smart move by Kate. She previously wore the outfit when she arrived in Berlin with her hubby, George and Charlotte, and make sure everyone's attention is where it belongs, on the bride and groom. She did the same thing for Meghan and Harry's wedding, appearing to recycle a lemon outfit she'd worn twice before.
Love those family photos. Those kids are growing up.
I know, they're adorable, aren't they?
Incredible. All right, great to have you, Imogen. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Lauren Conrad and best friend Hannah Skavarla are taking steps to improve the quality of life in their community in the most creative way. The pair launched The Little Market. It's an online fair trade shop where customers can buy handmade pieces from artisans around the world. And the pair says that the idea came from a hobby of theirs. Take a look.
One of our favorite things to do was to find these little marketplaces, and we were often just buying gifts for people back home, but it was so cool to see things that, you know, you couldn't get them anywhere else. So when we were meeting with all the women, a lot of them you know, had these skills. A lot of them were artisans, and they're things that were just handed down, you know, through generations.
And the shop is their way of really showcasing the artistry. Take a look at this.
It's such a great way to showcase all of the pieces, and I think it's such a powerful statement to have it all in one place, whereas when you're browsing online, you're looking at 1 or 2 items at a time, and you can kind of, in a photograph, give the idea, but to be in an environment where it's all, you know, beautifully merchandised and you can just see and touch everything, I think is so great, and I think that, you know, I feel like we're doing justice to the products.
And it's all about representing women from all corners of the world for both ladies.
When we first talked about figuring out a way to give back, one of the things that Lauren was so smart about was, let's figure out something we can do that's not limited to one specific region. And that's why when we came to this idea, it was really exciting because there was no limit to geography. We could help women all over the world, and with the support of customers, this can continue to grow and we can help more and more people in need.
All right, guys, we move on from that to this news that we're just getting. CNN is reporting that Judge Stephen O'Neill has ruled Bill Cosby will be classified as a sexually violent predator.
Yeah, the sexually violent predator status requires lifetime registration, lifetime mandatory sex offender counseling with a treatment provider, and notification of the community that a sexually violent predator lives in the area.
So it does not impact the length of the actual sentence, though. The sentencing hearing continues in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. You can stay on people.com for more updates on this. And coming up tomorrow, country star Carly Pearce is here talking about her new music, even giving us an update on her boyfriend. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.